Hey folks, welcome to the video. Thanks for coming along this week. My name's Dave. Welcome to Van Camp 402. This was an absolutely incredibly hard video for me to edit. Just a day after we did this camp, we came back from camp and we were home, I think, 18 hours or something. And Suki woke us up at 4 in the morning the next day, and I could tell she was in huge distress. This wasn't right. I actually thought her hip was dislocated. Could tell it was bad. She woke me up at 4 in the morning. We took her in as quick as we possibly could that morning, and she ended up having a really bad femur fracture. And as I was editing this video, which, man, how hard was that to go back and look at all this stuff with camping with my dogs, Going back and looking at some of the footage, I can tell now that she was kind of limping. She was favoring her rear left leg pretty bad in the video, and I just didn't pick up on it in camp. She was just playing and having fun. I'm guessing she had a small stress fracture or something like that. Sorry, Navy's getting a drink over here. But that day was absolutely horrible. Her surgery was going to be $10,000 plus. Money didn't matter at all in this situation. We were going to do whatever it took. It just was not a good outlook for a 10-year-old dog. Also, the surgery, she was going to have to go to Ames, Iowa, to Iowa State to have the surgery performed. The ortho surgeon here in town refused to do the surgery. He didn't think it'd be a great outcome. And it was a 4 to 5 month recovery for that type of a surgery. And being a 10-year-old dog, it just, all the pieces came together. It just wasn't a good outlook for her. And that's what really was not fun for us, was we had to make that decision. So Suki isn't with us. It's been very quiet. Navy has obviously grown up with Suki. That's all she's ever known. She's 7, Suki was 10. And she's getting better. The other day it just about killed us. She went over and laid in Suki's bed, So I just want to let you folks know the video is a little dog heavy. I tried to keep every clip I could of Suki in there just to have that for memory for us. So we miss her, and hope you enjoy the video, and give a little shout out or a little thought or prayer to Sook. She's not around, so I can't talk anymore about this. It's killing me. Enjoy the video. We had a good camp, and I'm glad she had a great day. So that's how we'll take that out. We'll see you in the video. doing over there? Well, we are out walking just a little bit. It does look like they're getting ready to, and you can see right here, I think they've dug a fire pit. And man, this would be a great little camp spot back in here. Here's your grill and with a lake view. This legit, folks, is probably one of my favorite places to camp. Absolutely love it out here. I've never had a bad experience. It's kind of tucked away off the beaten path. It's kind of hard to get to. We are in the Les Hills. If you folks have researched the Les Hills at all, we are on the kind of, I would say, eastern edge of the Les Hills. Get your ball, get your ball. We're on the eastern edge, and we're getting kind of north. We're getting closer a little bit to Sioux City, where they kind of run out up here. But still, just beautiful, beautiful country. It always just feels like home to me when I'm camping in Iowa. Well, it appears we have run to the end of the trail. It is not very far. It'd be nice if they could make this a little bit further, but I haven't been out here like in the heart of summer like this. It's June, and it's interesting to be out here. This is one of my favorite winter camps. I've never had a person out here before, and it's, like I said, it's June. So we do have a camper with us, and those folks couldn't have been nicer. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, just let your dogs run. They're so nice and friendly." So appreciate that. But we are just out here checking out this lake. All right, you can go swimming. You can go swimming. Old drone controller. Would anybody like it? Folks, we made it to camp. We are actually all set up. I had a couple of things in my criteria for camp today. I wanted to be able to be in shade, I wanted electric, and I wanted my dogs to swim. We got those three things. I have always had just incredible luck out here at Oldham. And sorry, it is hot and sweaty today. It's a little warm in the van. I would appreciate air conditioning today. I've always had really good luck out here, and we are here. We do have another camper with us, and I believe the guy's name Ruben. Ruben, nice to meet you. Him and his wife are traveling around up from Florida, and then it sounds like they're heading to Mount Rushmore type area. So good for them. What a cool trip. Right now I am getting ready. Oh hey, and I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Dave. Welcome to Van Camp 402. Thanks for coming along, and hopefully we have a good one. One of my subscribers, one of my commenters mentioned, so I'm gonna start dinner, and we're using the Hot Logic, I call it a little mini crock pot. I have, and you folks saw this before, my wife has made this before. It is a beef vegetable, wow, sweat. It's a beef vegetable soup. It's absolutely incredible. So one of my subscribers said, hey, throw some aluminum foil in there inside of this, because I need this thing to cook. They said that that would increase the temperature inside and probably heat it up better. The pork I made at Red Cedar wasn't like, it was hot, but it wasn't like hot, you know, like you want. I want this soup to be hot. So we're going to attempt, and they said to like get the thick aluminum foil. Oh, you know what? Do I have one of those? Yeah, I don't. I used to have those, like a cooking bag, an aluminum foil bag. So we're gonna do a little aluminum foil on the bottom and some on the top, and see if that doesn't make this cook a little bit better. Here, I'll show you folks what we're doing here. Oh wow, I can feel that warming up already. So we got the aluminum foil on the bottom. Here is my stuff. Let's do another wrap on top. And I can see that would definitely keep the heat in better to use this. Folks, I didn't show any of the setup, any of that. We're in camp. We got kind of a late start today, and I'm just trying to play catch up here a little bit. But let's see, make sure this will close. All right, we got aluminum foil. Dinner is cooking. How cool is that? That's gonna be awesome. I haven't had lunch yet, anything, so we're going to get set up. I'm just gonna make a quick sandwich for lunch here. It is almost 3 o'clock. Like I've said, folks, I'm trying to lose some weight for this summer, and so I do kind of some mini fasting, and that's actually worked really, oh, sorry, let's fix you. That's actually worked really well for me. I'm kind of one of those people, like if I'm gonna eat, man, then I just don't stop. And if I just don't eat at all, then I do really well. So, and I'm fine going like, oh, hey, I can go, 23 hours. Excited for dinner tonight. Excited that you folks are along. I got a couple more things to do here. One of the main things, I got to turn this fan back on. I turned it off to film, and temperature immediately went right up. I know I showed you guys this in a previous video. Man, I could not be more impressed with this Go-Fire fire starter. It is just electric. Here, can you hear that? But it just runs that little flame like that, and it says it has like 240 starts. This is rechargeable. So it runs on electric. It doesn't need any fuel, anything like that. To use this to start, I lit a couple of citronella candles inside there earlier, and we're gonna use it right now to get the fire going. There are so many bugs out here right now, and I think a good little fire would help knock some of that down. We do have horse flies really bad, and then just normal flies, but those horse flies are absolutely killers. But we're gonna get the fire started. Navy, are we gonna get the fire started? Man, these guys have just been having a blast, swimming, playing, running. Suki is absolutely soaked. She's a disaster. So we're gonna get the fire lit sooner rather than later. Really relaxing day in camp, and I appreciate that. These are the Go-Fire starters that I picked up. They were $7, and there are just a ton of them in here. And it usually takes one, maybe two, and we're just gonna go with one today to get the fire going in the solo stove. Let's make this happen. Man, the flies are absolutely horrible out here. They're bad. I'm gonna go grab a paper towel real quick. Just need a little bit more accelerant. All right, we got a couple of small pieces of paper towel. Another little piece of trash we're gonna burn up real quick. Hopefully get this party started. Oh man, flies are bad, aren't they? All right, we're gonna use the Go-Fire here. Here, actually, I'll show you folks. Hopefully that takes. Hopefully we can get this thing to take. On our first try, we just used one fire starter in there, and I think we got her going. I did hatch it off a couple of little pieces. We'll put this piece in. Should be a really nice night for a fire. The bugs are here. It is summertime in Iowa. Well, it's funny, the one thing I have forgot is a camp chair. We need to have a place to sit, right? Like I showed you folks before, I just did a big remodel, a couple months ago on the back of the van. And hopefully this shows up okay, there it is. But man, it's so nice having these chairs. Boom, ready to deploy. They were always kind of like buried in the back there, and I'm like, man, you just need to be able to have a chair set up, sit down, be good to go. So we have that now, fixed all that. I appreciate how the back of the van is loaded out now, and I think we're in a good spot. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah, that chair does work. Oh, very nice, perfect. I think I'm going to grab that little table here in a minute, and we're just going to set up here and hang out. I hope I'm not bugging these folks next to us. They've just been inside, and I'm a little jealous, just a little jealous. Their air conditioner is running, and I'm sure that'd be pretty dang comfortable in there right now. We're out here enjoying the elements. The one thing that this park does not offer is a shower. And man, after a hot day in camp, sometimes a shower like that feels so good. You sleep so good after having a shower. We're not going to be able to do that tonight. That's okay. We're living out here. We're roughing it. We're camping. We do have a new camp device, and I just wanted to show you what I picked up. This light was $33 at Costco. Everywhere I've looked, anything comparable is over $100 on Amazon. We'll see how it works tonight. I'm not going to give you 2 thumbs up on this. I'm not going to tell you to go buy it until I try it. And of course, this is not sponsored, but let me go grab what I picked up for this week's camp, and we'll see how it works tonight. I'm never one to say that I won't learn something from somebody else. We camped with Traveling with Tin Man. Set that part down. And he had one of these camp lights, and it was really cool. It completely illuminated the campground that we were in. This is the Xfinity X1, and Costco is carrying these. And you can see on the back, and then on the front, this is the light that it's supposed to deploy when we're in camp. So here is the here's the light. I did charge this up at home. I turned it on a couple of times in the house, just messing around, but I haven't used it at night yet. So it'll be really cool to see how this thing works. But it has a red button on the bottom, little release for the tripod stand. What I really appreciate, and it's kind of weird, I'm not a big remote control guy because you lose these so easy in a camp, but it has a magnet right here, and that remote control just goes right into that spot, and it's always there. The cool thing about the remote is you can change the color temperature. So I have Mike, you guys know Mike, he's come out, he's one of the Colorado guys. Mike and Dave came out on my last Two Rivers camp, and he's a pretty seasoned camper himself, and he's like, man, I just wonder about the bugs, you know. And I'm like, well, it changes the color temperature, so if you can make it a little bit cooler or something that the bugs aren't attracted to it. So tonight we're gonna try this thing out. It does like 6'3" or something, and it'll be cool to see how this thing performs. I'm gonna put the remote back while I'm still thinking about it. So later tonight we're gonna try this thing out and see how it goes. There you go, right? Yeah, I think this might be a cool addition to camp. And like I said, Costco has these for 33 bucks. I had seen a review on this on YouTube. My Costco didn't carry, and that was probably like and I'm not kidding, that was probably 4 months ago, 3 months ago. I kept going in, looking for this light, and excited we have it. It comes with this cool carrying case. There are some tent stakes, so you can actually stake the light down, which I appreciate. And this little carrying case, we're set to go. So we're gonna see how this works tonight. I just wanted to show you folks a cool little camping thing that I found that I'm excited about, and hopefully it works for us. All right, folks, hopefully you can hear me okay. I did have to turn those fans down just for a second. Believe me, I don't want to at all. The air moving in here feels so good. Navy is behind me here, and she is crashing out. She's been swimming and running. All right, so we're opening up beef stew. I did aluminum foil, and I do agree, like, so I doubled this. I don't think it's quite thick enough to, oh yeah, that's pretty hot. I think it's kind of melted. Let's unplug that. All right, so we've cooked this beef stew stuff, and it was already pre-cooked. Sorry, let's rephrase that. Re-warmed this beef stew stuff in the Hot Logic little crock pot thing. Thanks to a subscriber, I put some aluminum foil in there. Try and say that fast, aluminum foil. Well, it looks like it feels really warm, so that's good. I don't have a lot of steam coming off, but it's also, yeah, it's 88 degrees in here right now. Hey, how about a hot bowl of soup? Doesn't that sound great? I have not stirred this. I haven't done anything. I haven't touched it. So let's see how hot it is. Wow, it's about a perfect temperature. Not too hot. So I can eat it. I'm starving. But here's that soup. So a really simple camp meal. Doesn't cost a lot. Hamburger, and I honestly, I don't know what my wife puts in here. I'll try and find out the recipe for you guys on the next episode. The flavor, it just tastes so good, and it's so simple. And she said last night, she's like, well, kind of sneaky, get you your vegetables too. We got potatoes, carrots, peas in here. I think some corn, and then hamburger, and that's about it, with some juice, and I don't know what she uses. We're gonna tear into this. See you guys out by the lake after a minute. Excited to get the dogs back out there one more time to get in the water. I know, folks, I said the next time I'd see you, it'd probably be down at the lake. We will be shortly. There's a couple of people down there fishing, really enjoying the day, and I definitely do not want to intrude on that. Was dinner so good? What a great camp meal. I'm not a chef. You can ask the guys at the fire station. I did not cook, and because I'm not super great at it. Very simple. I think I have simple, strong meals. Beef stew that my wife made, heated up in that crock pot type thing. This couldn't have been better. We're just gonna hang out. I'm waiting for the sun to go down just a little bit more. Just some amazing photography opportunities with the lake and the clouds. We've just had a beautiful afternoon. It's a tiny bit on the warm side. That's okay. We got fans running and just enjoying the afternoon. So we're gonna do some pictures, and we'll check back in a little bit. Dinner was fantastic. folks. I don't know if you can see me or not, but you probably will be able to in a second. Let's try this light out. Red button on the bottom. Deploy those. Pull this up. We got the remote. I can't see a thing, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, it's got kind of like reflective. I'm just pushing buttons. Oh wow, there we go. Nice. Oh, you can dim it down a little bit. Oh, that's the bottom. That is really cool. That's really nice. I think it'll go higher. It's kind of lightweight. I worry about it breaking if it fell over. It feels very plasticky, to be honest. But man, I really like it. Let's stay. We're just a little uneven here, and these tripod legs aren't. There we go. Not too bad, huh? Oh, so that's the brightest. Then you can turn it down to there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, different color temperatures. I like that. So that's the bottom of that, and then you can warm it back up again. Huh. Just has 3 settings on that. Really cool though. Oh yeah, you can make the blue brighter. Kind of like that. Wow, that is bright. My goodness. I'm just worried. I wonder if it'll attract the bugs, you know. Let's turn it down. Let's go about medium. Let's leave it on for a little bit and see how it does. Other than that, I'm very impressed. I am a little worried about the tripod feet. They're not very big, and that thing could very easily fall over, and it just feels like it would absolutely shatter if it hit the ground. But for, you know, no light in a wildlife management area or something, that would be really cool. See how many bugs it brings in. Man, for $33 to have this option, jump all over this. I almost would want to go get a second one. It would be really kind of nice sometimes to have one on each side of a picnic table or something like that. This is on the lowest setting, and I'm on the cool blue, and I really like the quality of light. Nice thing to have. Man, it'll be a good tool to have in the toolbox for camping. It is, I'm going to spin you folks around. Here's the van. So it is pretty dark out here, and when you walk this thing out, man, and that's part of the deal. I don't want to be rude to the neighbors, but I like that it kind of shines straight down. Let's see how it does up here. Yeah, I'm really impressed by this for $33 for a rechargeable 40-hour light. Yeah, I think this is pretty neat. I like the quality of light that comes off of it. It's not real harsh. It's, like I said, it's turned way down, but I'm just moving around camp a little bit to see how much it illuminates here. Yeah, definitely really nice to have as a home-based light. I really like it. 2 thumbs up on the Xfinity X1. Nice light. Cheers. Good morning, folks. Bryce, I'm sorry. It was too much to try and set up that shot this morning to say good morning to you. But know that I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Good morning. Well, we slept absolutely perfect. It was interesting, and this was one of the first times I left the doors open. I have my bug screens up. You can see them here. and it was like 2 a.m. or something that Navy started hopping out, and that was my main thing. Dogs they can just get out. At 2:15 in the morning, Navy is hopping out of the van. I'm like, where are you going? What's going on here? So then at that point, I pulled the one screen down, left the other screens up, but I had to shut all the doors. But it was nice sleeping with everything all wide open. Like I said, that's one of the first times I've ever done that. And it's just so quiet and peaceful and safe out here. You know, if you're in a tent, you're doing the same thing I would be doing, basically. We had a really good night's sleep. This place is it just has a good feel for me. It's so, I don't know, it just feels safe and quiet, and it's comfortable. Love having this farm pond right here. It's a good spot. My neighbor Ruben, we talked a little bit more last night, and he's a really nice guy, and they are doing some serious traveling, and they're heading up to, I believe, Yankton from here, which is really cool. And then their end goal is Mount Rushmore, and then back to Florida. So they have a big trip. And he did say, you know, gas with fuel prices, all that he's getting like 9 miles to the gallon pulling that camper. And it's really, it's a little challenging. Just got a few things to pick up. Camp isn't too bad. We may stop in Ottawa and grab a Subway sandwich on our way home. It is a Tuesday today, and they have Tuna Tuesdays, and tuna is my favorite at Subway. So we may be doing that on our way out of here. We may also drive through the town of Soldier. Oh, and let's talk about Soldier for a second. Oh man. Oh wow. Yeah, needed the chair. So the town of Soldier, Iowa, is named after, and it's kind of interesting, but the river that runs through there was an unmarked grave, and they believe it's from Civil War when the town was founded. But there was an unmarked grave down by the river, and they knew it was a Civil War veteran, a soldier from the Civil War. And they're like, hey, let's honor that guy by naming Soldier, Iowa. And then they also named it the Soldier River. Right, Navy? So we have a little tidbit of Soldier, Iowa. What do you think? Did I get my Wikipedia correct? You can tell me. You can be honest. And Sook has ball. Beautiful morning in camp. Beautiful morning. What's interesting to me, the sun's kind of tricking me a little bit this morning. I thought it would come over from that way, but it's coming over right here. So we must be facing north with the van, and then east-west is crossways. All right, I'm going to finish 1 cup of coffee, get the dogs fed, and we'll check back in a little bit. In Ram ProMasters, they have this overhead cubby. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It's kind of where I keep all my doors stuff. I've got my window shades, and then that's where I keep my screens. All the things. I know we've done a bathroom tour here before, but I'll just walk you folks up. So we're at Oldham Recreation Area, and they have a really nice, it's just pit toilets, but let's show you what's going on here. Up here they do have water, and I've been using this for the dogs. Good, clean, fresh water. And then the men's room is 2 thumbs up. Very clean, very nice. Couldn't ask for more than that. Yeah, that thing is always really well taken care of, and always super clean every time I've come. So, and it doesn't smell bad in there at all. So nice little facility here. You can see where the van is and the lake. We're close to getting packed up here. I just need to unplug and get the rug put away. dogs put in, and we're gone. Let's go hit the town of Soldier, Iowa for a minute. Poke around there a little bit. I want to show you the downtown, and it's kind of a neat little Iowa community. And then we're gonna get a Subway sandwich. Getting hungry. You know you're breaking camp when the rug comes up. I got this guy at Target, and kind of like my screens, this thing is starting to develop some splits and cracks. I've been running this thing, I think, hard for about 3 years, so might get a replacement one, and I will buy exactly this exact same rug if they still have it. I like the texture of it. It's really good with rain and snow. Let's get this up here. And really like having that mat just to knock down one layer of dirt and grime. The dogs like laying on it. It's kind of a nice spot in camp. As I'm unplugging and turning off fans and stuff, and it's kind of interesting today. For right now, don't really need it too much. There's a great breeze coming in from this side. Yesterday it was coming from the other way, and today it is working in our favor a little bit better. But I wanted to show you folks, so what I do, so I'm getting ready to unplug, and this right here is my main power. That's what comes in from the outside. I ran an extension cord up here, but I just take this, it goes over to the Blue Eddy, turn that on, hit AC, there it goes. And then my fridge and anything else that I'm running or charging now has flipped over from their power to my power. And while we're driving, that Blue Eddy runs my fridge, and it just works great. So, and what that extension cord does, it runs down to here, to this one I have mounted. This is kind of nice. It's got a couple USB ports. Got a couple USB ports here, and then you can see all these outlets. Love having that power strip right there, because then I have an outlet kind of in the front of the van instead of having to use this one back here all the time. I'm gonna go get the yellow extension cord, and we'll probably see you in the front seat. Well, Ruben, I don't know if you'll watch the video or not, but thank you again for the hospitality. Really nice. This is a very small park, and to have someone so accommodating, I appreciate it, and thank you. Thanks for putting up with my dogs. Navy and Suki apologize. They always just want to be friendly. So I got to grab the leveling blocks, and just like Ruben's out of here, we're getting out of here. Time to get on the road. So we're kind of on Main Street, I would call it. I think it's First in Soldier, Iowa. As you can see, it's a quaint little downtown. There's a couple of ladies over here having coffee. Sorry, I got a big truck going by. Right down, spin you back around the other way, and there is a really nice convenience store here. They do have some food options if you ever need that. If you're staying at Oldham, they do have all the supplies you would need, and it's only I think it's 2 miles from the campground, which isn't bad at all. But so we're here in downtown Soldier, Iowa. Not too bad. I think it's only got a population, I think it's less than 200, I think I saw. So they do have a couple of businesses here, leather and hogs, and there's a community center right there. So nice little community. I am getting hungry. Let's get to Onawa and get a sandwich. We got our sandwich. I'm very excited for this. It smells awesome. Folks, we're gonna wrap up the episode. Thanks for coming along. We've had a great time, and I was talking to the lady in Subway, and she said it's pronounced Oldham, not Oldham. I thought it was Oldham, but it's Oldham. And she also said they called it, what, Norm's Dam or something like that was the original name. But she said, yeah, beautiful place out there. She'd been out there a ton. So folks, thanks for coming along on this ride. I salute each and every one of you. Thanks for being a part of the channel. We'll see you next week on our next adventure. Everybody please stay safe and have a great week. Get outside.